Hey there, VC. Nick here, back with another video. So it's Record Store Day this weekend. So wanted to make a video talking a little bit about the list, do a little bit of a preview, a few things that I'm excited to pick up. So let's just get into it. Two of the biggest jazz titles. I talk a lot about jazz on this channel, so wanted to start off with what I think will be the two hottest jazz titles for Record Store Day this year. And that is the Eric Dolphy release, which I was lucky to get a copy of. So this came out, I think, in 2018 from Resonance Records. This was actually the first record I ever bought from Resonance, of course, led by Zev Feldman, who's doing a lot of different labels right now. He has the Jazz Detective label. He's working with Elemental and really doing a fantastic job with every release. And I picked up a lot of these Resonance albums in the past. They're all really excellent. So this is a fantastic 3 LP set. Really beautiful music on this. It includes two studio records, Conversations and Iron Man on this particular set, and featuring a lot of outtakes as well. So this is being repressed. It was going for a lot of money for a while, but getting an official repress for RSD. So excited that everyone gets to own this now. But really a fantastic package on this. Just really nice photography there. So beautiful set. This one is hand numbered out of 3,000. I think they're doing 4,000 for RSD this year, but this is one that I'd highly recommend. I think out of the entire list, I would say this is the best release for Record Store Day. And lucky to already have a copy of it, but it has a different cover for the repress. They're doing a different mastering on it as well. Kevin Gray, I believe, is doing the reissue of this. This originally was done by Bernie Grunman. And my copy has a little bit of cosmetic ringwear damage here because when I moved across the country back to Boise, Idaho, this was in a box that had a little bit of damage to it, but the discs are in great shape. Just a little bit of ringwear there, but super happy to have a copy of this. Really highly recommend this. Fantastic set. Another album that I think is going to be very popular for RSD is this Chet Baker release. So this is, of course, the legendary Chet album by Chet Baker. I would say probably his best album. This was done by Kraft, done very well by them. But this is a stereo copy, and what they're doing for Record Store Day is they're putting it out in mono. So the first time this is being reissued in mono, I believe. I know the Electric Recording Company did a mono version that went for insane money, but a really nice reissue in stereo, but cool that it's coming out in mono. So I'm on the fence about getting the mono version of this. We'll see, the day of. Might just be an impulse decision on my end if I decide to get it, but it's a maybe for me right now. But I think this is going to be very hot. The mono edition of Chet. And then moving on to a few albums that I really want to get. People will probably not agree with this, but I am excited about the Taylor Swift release. This album by Taylor Swift, Folklore, is a really beautifully recorded record. It sounds also really good on vinyl. The way they mastered this, they did a fantastic job. And just a really nice photography on this. I do love this record. I'm not a massive Swiftie fan, but I do think this is by far her best record. This album really made me a fan of her music, and what she's putting out for Record Store Day is a sessions album, essentially where she's playing live with a bunch of the collaborators on this album. So you get people like Bon Iver and Aaron Dessner of The National performing on this record. So really cool. It was done for a Disney Plus special where they essentially played the album live, not in front of an audience, but essentially in an environment where they could play live together. in person. And so really excited to have that on vinyl. I think this is such a gorgeous record. And I saw Mike the Ingroove, his store did an unboxing of that Record Store Day release, and it looks really nice in a polylined inner sleeve, which we always love to see. So looks like they're really doing a fantastic job on this Taylor release. So honestly, that might be my number one want this year. I know with 75,000 copies, that sounds like a lot, but for Swiftie fans, I'm not so sure. I have a feeling it will sell out, maybe not immediately, but I think it will sell out fairly soon. So I am going to be lining up early for a copy of that Folklore Sessions album. Another thing that I'm really excited to get is the Nuggets box set. So this is my 2 LP reissue from Rhino. This is probably the best psychedelic rock compilation ever made. Just such a wonderful compilation of artists like the Electric Prunes and the Shadows of Nights. A lot of these almost like one-hit wonder psych bands put together by Lenny Kaye, who put this whole compilation together and did a really wonderful job on it. So they're putting out a 5 LP box set of this, which essentially includes the original 2 LP album. It also includes another 2 LPs of essentially bonus tracks that they decided to not put on the official album. And then another disc of tracks that they considered putting on the original 2 LPs. So really cool expanded edition. I really like, I've seen unboxings of this Nuggets box set, and it's in like this rainbow foil box that's really shiny. And I know it sounds silly. I'm such a slut for packaging, but I do just love a good packaged box set, especially when the price is about $100. I mean, for a 5 LP box set for about $100, that's an instant cop for me. So definitely picking that up for Record Store Day tomorrow. The Nuggets box set. If you're not going for the box set, I'd highly recommend just picking up the 2 LP because it is available and it is fantastic. So Taylor Swift, Nuggets, definitely instant buys for me. I'm also a collector of this jazz dispensary series that Craft Recordings does. I will be picking up their new compilation. They put out one every Record Store Day. I always try to get it. I think I'm only missing a couple in that series. I know I'm missing the Christmas comp and maybe one from a couple of years ago, but I try to collect almost all of them. This is just an example of one of the comps they put out a few years ago, but they always have really nice cover arts, always on colored vinyl. But they always include really nice jazz songs from the Prestige catalog. So this time you have people like Dorothy Ashby and Dizzy Gillespie on this new comp that's coming out. But that's definitely an instant comp for me. Definitely going to be buying that. So excited to pick it up. Jazz Dispensary, instant buy for sure. So I pretty much have 3 things that I'm guaranteed to get. There's one other thing that I'm thinking about getting, and that is this Norah Jones release. This is the original album. So Norah Jones' Little Broken Hearts. This was released in 2012, produced by Danger Mouse, and this is one of the best Norah Jones records. I would say easily in her top 3 as far as favorites of my own. And this record is being reissued later this year in a deluxe package with a bunch of bonus tracks. But for Record Store Day, they're doing something a little different where they're putting out a live record that wasn't performed in front of an audience, but it was essentially Norah Jones playing with a bunch of really good studio musicians and playing this entire album in full. It is going to be released on Blue Note. They're putting out 2,500 copies, so I might get this. I mean, typically the Norah Jones Record Store Day releases do stick around for a little while. It's also in the RSD first category, which means that it could come back later. It doesn't always guarantee that, but usually the RSD first stuff will come out later in some format. Maybe not the exact color or some variation of it, but this is a maybe for me, but a really good record. Norah Jones Little Broken Hearts live version coming out for Record Store Day. So if you're a fan of Norah Jones, I would put that on your radar. It's definitely one that I'm thinking about getting. So those are the main things on my radar. I would say, the Eric Dolphy, I'd highly recommend. I think that's the best thing for Record Store Day this year. But I already have a copy of it, so I'm not going to get the reissue. I'm not really a completist, especially if it's going for like $80, which I'm sure it is. But the Nuggets box, the Taylor Swift, the Jazz Dispensary, those are my main wants. So let me know in the comments below what you're getting for Record Store Day. I'm going to be lining up pretty early tomorrow. So looking forward to chatting with other collectors. It's always a fun social event for me. So thanks so much for watching this video. And I'll be back later this week with my haul from Record Store Day. Gonna be a fun day, and good luck to everybody. Hope you all get what you're looking for. Thanks so much for watching.